All right, a lot going on along Highway 50 last night. Thank you for joining us. ABC 10 Morning News at 6 o'clock on this Tuesday. I'm Walt Gray. We are tracking the latest on last night's helicopter falling from the sky, still leaving impacts across the capital city this morning. We have ABC 10's Jay Struberg positioned above the scene this morning with the very latest on how the commute is going and what happened last night. Jay?
Yeah, Walt, good morning. Unfortunately, more questions than answers at this point as the FAA and NTSB now take over the investigation into this crash of a medical helicopter right here. It's still dark now, but when the sun comes out, we'll have residual impacts. For right now, morning commuters know that all lanes in eastbound 50 are open at the moment. They were shut down after a terrifying scene last night with this medical helicopter going down with 3 people on board. Those were all 3 crew members, a pilot, a nurse, and a paramedic. All of them were sent to the hospital, rushed there in critical condition. We're waiting for a status on their condition this morning. First responders saying it was a miracle that no one else was hurt in this incident. No patients were on board the helicopter and no other vehicles, nothing on the ground, no cars were involved in this accident, even though it happened during the peak of rush hour around 7 p.m. Investigators saying Reach Air Medical had just dropped off a patient at UC Davis Medical Center and was heading back when something went wrong midair. That's really all we know about what happened so far. We have seen the terrifying video. Our viewers have already seen this of the chopper coming down during rush hour, just feet from other cars. And you said it, Walt, thanks to some drivers nearby helping to rescue the people that were trapped inside. There was one person of those 3 victims trapped inside, drivers rushing to save them. They were all sent to the hospital within 20 minutes of the first engine arriving. Crews also having to work fast to make sure the crash didn't spark a much larger disaster. With jet fuel on board, the fire risk was very high.
What people do not really think of is there's not a lot of fire hydrants along the freeways. So if we did have some type of large fire incident involving the helicopter or multiple vehicles, we need to transport our own water to the scene, whether that be water tenders, a water shuttle that we set up. Multiple factors go into that. So thankfully, we did not have any fire hazard on this with active fire going on.
Now, Walt, the victims in this incident were all sent to different trauma facilities. Again, federal authorities are taking over this investigation. For our morning commuters, just know that eastbound 50 is open, all 3 lanes for your morning commute. But obviously, we're going to keep our viewers posted should they hold a press conference, get any updates on this crash, because a lot of people, given how scary that video was, just what exactly happened.
Jay, you know what's particularly unusual, and I'm learning about this, that particular helicopter, the fuel tank is designed to not explode upon impact so that it wouldn't cause the issues that so many people were worried about. But that wouldn't mean, though, that if it hit the bank where the foliage is, that would have sparked something, or landing on top of other vehicles. But fortunately, this helicopter, for everybody involved, didn't land on cars and didn't explode.
Yeah, in a sense, it was fireproof in some sense. And that's going to be a question that we want federal investigators to answer this morning is, could this been a lot worse? Obviously, but what role did that play in it?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Jay, traffic moving along. You see right next to Jay, that's the crash site. And we'll have more at first light. Jay's going to be able to show us the area where the helicopter hit and if it did anything to the road, at least leaving behind, obviously, a lot of refuse or skid marks or whatever happened there. All right, thank you, Jay. Sacramento Mayor McCarty sharing a statement to social media, thanking emergency responders along with 15 bystanders who he says jumped into action upon seeing the wreckage along the freeway.